as I sit here in this stadium where allegedly the first ever marathon happened, certainly the home of the Modern Olympics, happened here in Greece. Ahead of the Newcastle game, which is Saturday evening, I'm reminded that the title race is a marathon, not a sprint. It's not even a Snickers. Let's see what happens against Newcastle. So here we are now back in Manchester. It's game day, and that shop behind me, new City store, used to be City at Home, the administrative offices as you come in through the main entrance here. And for a while, at least while the new extended stand is going to be developed over the next 2 or 3 years, that is the new City shop. So let's see what other changes have been made here, who I meet down here as well, of course, and see if City can do the business against Newcastle. Won't be easy.
Newcastle, you can't not be impressed with how they performed last season. Not just with the points total they gathered, they got them into Europe, which was fantastic. I think those fans that deserve it, they've been long overdue. A little bit of success. The success was he got them into Europe this year, which is a big buzz around the city. So they've started off season well, as you would expect. A home game against Villa that on paper looked a little bit banana skin for them, but they came through it really convincingly 5-1. Now the acid test comes today, playing against the champions not only of the Premier but of Europe, FA Cup holders. So it's a different kettle of fish than Aston Villa at home, Manchester City away. It has been a fortress for us. We will be missing some players, but I think that's what the squad's all about, and I've no doubt we'll give a great account of ourselves, but trust me, this is going to be a tough opponent. But are we good enough to beat them? Of course we are.
They're a very good team. I see them last week and they impressed me quite a lot, especially going forward. They're a very clinical sort of side, so we're going to have to be on our toes today. It's great to be back, hoping the treble winners, you know, nothing better. It's a great way to start the season against a proper team.
What do you make of all the building work? Have you seen where the north stand's going to be extended? And obviously we stood right outside the new shop, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I like to see that we seem to be trying to improve the facilities, etc., and it's impressive.
What's it like to be back then as European champions?
It's fantastic. It's brilliant to be back as champions of Europe. I'm glad we've done it because we've achieved a lot and we've been very good. People have put this on our back. Now we've done that. Hopefully we can get a few more like the Premier League.
There's a lot of extra pressure now. I know the players know that. I think Rodri spoke about it, saying everybody wants to beat City now. Does that make it tougher to do it again this year?
Well, I think they've always wanted to beat City these last few years, but the players have to just step up to it and know that they're the biggest club in the world probably at the minute. The best team in the world as well. So
Are Newcastle a threat today?
Newcastle are definitely a threat because Newcastle have built a good solid team and have a good work ethic and are a team, and that's what you need when you're playing City. You need to come as a team.
Enjoy the game.
Enjoy the game. Thanks.
No, like I say, it's just strange coming here and seeing City Square gone. Come here every match for the last 15, 20 years, so yeah, it's just strange turning up. So, but looking forward to a good game.
I mean, I'm looking behind at that new stadium that they're building, the indoor stadium, and it's like they've moved it nearer.
Yeah, I think it's because it's been clad in black, hasn't it? It just makes it look massive now. But talking, when's that opening? December time, is it?
Yeah.
So where I park, there was all rumours that parking was going to be banned from August onward, but they've delayed that to November now because that place isn't opening on time. So that's a bit of good news for me.
You're old school, obviously. I can tell from the St Mark's
I dug it out this morning.
Logo.
Yeah.
So is the club still what you want it to be?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I love it. I started at Main Road in '75. Norwich first game. Loved it there. Upset obviously when we moved, but I love it here as well. And what we see here every week is absolutely fantastic. You're not going to get better football than this.
How do you feel about the season to come now? Because I know that it's not quite the first game, but there's lots of people want to take this title off City, don't they?
Very much so. It's going to be really difficult, isn't it? Especially, I think things have sneaked up on us, haven't they, with Gundogan and Mahrez. Now Kev's injured as well, so it's a bit worrying. I think defensively we're sound, and Pep seems to have had a switch to, he wants a bigger, stronger, safer team. So maybe the style of player changed this season. I was at Burnley last week and we were going long to Haaland, and it showed another side of Haaland. It was really good watching him battle. So it is going to be difficult. Other teams have strengthened, and we've probably not strengthened as much as we should have, but there's still 2 weeks left, isn't there? So let's hope we get a few signings in.
Optimistic today?
Always optimistic at home, but they're a good team, but so are we. Yeah, let's win it. Let's win it.
So here we are, new season, new hopes. What are your hopes? Is it to repeat the treble? Is it?
Got to be the treble again.
And do you believe that?
I hope for that, yes.
So that's a different answer. I mean, there's been a lot of personnel changes.
There has.
Key players have gone. There might still be 1 or 2 come in, but Pep's the man, isn't he?
Absolutely.
I reckon he could make you play.
I won't go that far, but if he is the man, yeah. And I think we've got to look at doing the treble again.
Well, they're all coming to get us now, aren't they?
Absolutely, they've been coming to get us for years.
Yeah, but Ian, the thing, they'll all be taking points off each other as well this year. So, listen, as long as we've got Pep, he is the critical piece in the whole jigsaw.
I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, he's probably going to stay around for another couple of years. And no matter what team he picks or whoever he signs, even if I have doubts, personally, I always think he'll make it work. And he does, doesn't he?
He always does. It's like the usual story. Like, we just need to be within 6 points of it all. The end of January, the season starts, and we'll be there.
What about today then against Newcastle?
Ian, when we were terrible, I thought we'd win every game. Now we're European champions, I don't fancy anything. I'm a City fan. The glass is always half empty. I've been coming as long as you, but hey, it's great to be a Blue.
What's your hope for the new season, John?
I hope it's the same as last season. It was the same as last season.
Can be? I mean, you couldn't have dreamt of this, could you?
No, and it will be, I can assure you. We've got everything going for us and more, and we're absolutely bouncing. You'll see, again, same, treble.
Now, you were at the game just recently,
Yes.
the game in Greece,
Yes.
and you were down behind the touchline.
Yes.
Tell us what your insight was on Pep Guardiola.
I think he's a phenomenal manager. I'm a coach and I'm learning. And for me, that was the best education, watching him live, coach the team to win the Super Cup, to hear him, encourage and coach Cole Palmer. In the first half, Cole struggled. In the second half, Cole was 3 feet from Pep. I could hear Pep coaching him, go inside, go outside. It was magnificent. With Josko and Grealish, he would instruct them what to do. Every single thing in the game, Pep was coaching them. There was a point, Ian, where the players were confused. They all looked at Pep. Pep told them exactly what to do. And the man is a genius. We're lucky. I was at Main Road today because I came to Manchester, and to go to Main Road and understand the routes. And to come back here, the journey is magnificent. It's a great club, great fans. I'm blessed to be a fan.
Well, it's always great to see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what do you think of today? I mean, are you expecting a comfortable win or a Newcastle?
I just want them to play. And win, lose or draw, just play. The season doesn't end today. It started last week. Just play, enjoy. We win, great. We don't win, well, try again next time. We're champions of Europe, 3-peats. Treble winners. What else is there? Life is good. It's good to be a Blue.
Kevin from Tallahassee, Florida. Today's another great day to be over here in Manchester, see the first home game. Second time I've seen the first home game of the season. It's great. I was in Turkey, very lucky to have gone to that. Great to be back. It's going to be I think a bit of a challenge with all the injuries that we have right now. I think that's going to be tough. So beyond that, just excited to see City win. That's all I want.
What I can promise you is that there are little bits of blue up there. You're used to seeing that in Florida, but we don't see it here.
It's been 100,000 degrees in Florida. It feels great to be here. It's the first time in months I put a jacket on, so it's great to be here. It's always a pleasure to come over. Having a great time with all local fans. It's such a good time to be here. It's such a family event.
You feel like a Mancunian, an honorary Mancunian.
I'm getting there. I don't quite have the accent yet, but I'm definitely getting there for sure. Yeah, we're gonna go to Mary D's later, so I'm excited for that.
So how are you feeling tonight about this game?
Very nervous because I think Newcastle playing very well, but I think we'll do it. 3-1.
It's only 3 points, whatever happens, isn't it?
Exactly. But at this stage of the game, I know we're normally a bit slow to start, but hopefully this year we can do it. I mean, we are the quadruple champions, aren't we?
Well, I've got to say I'm impressed with the recovery from the players. Just got back from Athens, not had the chance to train. I think they did a warm down over there and then travel back on the Thursday. So for him to come out here and match a really impressive Newcastle side who started the season really well, full of confidence, and take the sting out of their game, I was impressed with that. And then obviously they've played the patterns. I think you look at some of the players. Kovacic, he's new to the club. I think he's looked superb. Looked like he's been part of the team for a while. Same with Gvardiol. I think he's looked really comfortable. I think I've been most impressed with Phil Foden, and it's not the first time I've said this, but he's being given the opportunity now to play more central. And I think the way that he's got into little pockets of space between the Newcastle defence and midfield, just on the half turn, checking his shoulder, knowing his surroundings. Before the goal, there was a couple of dangerous situations where he's feeding balls into Grealish, where he's feeding balls down the side of Haaland. You could see it coming, and it's exactly where the goal came from. Got the ball, little no-look pass into Alvarez, and we know how good a finisher Alvarez. Struck it straight through his laces, top corner. They probably deserve that. It's been a close game, and I think there is more to come from Newcastle. I'm sure Etihad will be getting into his team about that, the intensity, because they should be asking questions of Manchester City, especially with the travelling that they've had to do. And I think he'll be a little bit disappointed with that. But all in all, it's been a pretty satisfactory performance in that first half for Manchester City.
I thought City were incredible. Yeah, wholeheartedly. I thought Foden was right back to his very best.
Playing a more central role, didn't he?
I just thought up front, he was just a live wire from centre, linking the play, dangerous every time he got the ball. Just an outstanding performance tonight from the lads, considering Wednesday, after what we went through in blistering heat, to come here tonight and do a job like they did. Was just incredible, I thought. Whoa! We're the boys in blue! Whoa! Coming after you!
Whoa! What do you think of the game?
It was nervy. I thought we were going to draw, but we won it in the end. What we done? We won the treble. Bring it on this season.
Newcastle are one of the big teams in this division now.
Yeah.
City were better, even with players missing today.
Yeah. Shows it how we can do without big players missing, so show what our season does this year. Bring it on.
Thought they were absolutely class act. Just played a Newcastle United team that is not rubbish. Really good team, Newcastle. What can I say?
And that's with a few players missing, of course, tonight as well.
And we've got a few players missing. Foden absolutely switched it on. Brilliant team. Champions of Europe. What else can I say? Proved it tonight.
Great performance today, Cheesy. We were back to our best, especially in the first half. Passing the ball around, we were absolutely amazing. Upwards and upwards.
The magic word with Pep is recycling, isn't it? Does it brilliant. His team does it brilliantly.
It is. I tell you what, Kovacic, what a signing. Very, very cheap signing, and he's absolutely out of this world. Core Blues!
Yeah, well, very different to last week at Burnley, wasn't it, Ian? Obviously, we were playing a side that are in the next 5 years looking to try and win the league. Whether you believe that or not, that's completely up to you. I didn't see anything of real threat tonight, other than the fact that they've got flary players, but they didn't really show what they could do. Isak was really nullified tonight. We didn't really. No, you're right. We didn't really suffer at the hands of Newcastle tonight. But what I would say is, we were at our absolute ticking best either, especially not in the final third. Build up was okay. Third one to third two was okay. At times, tempo was a bit slower. Didn't transition as rapidly or quickly as we normally would. But in the final third, final ball was off. It's a 1-0 win against Newcastle. Moving on to the next. And if they are going to be up there this season, top four, it's always great to get one over on those sides. Like Gary Owen said last week, against the sides that are going to be in and around you. So I think that's what we've achieved tonight. But by no means was it the cleanest performance.
What did you think of that, by the way?
I've been poorly. It's made my year, made my week, made my month. I love City.
After the game in Athens, where there was extreme heat, I thought that was a very good victory. And City played well.
That's against a good team as well, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, but as you say, 3 more points, that's all that matters.
Could be 4 in a row.
Yeah. Thank you, Ian. I have to get home.
Enjoy your night.
I will, sir. It's just been lovely meeting you. I just love your podcasts.
Thank you.
So another win then, and a hard-fought win against a very good Newcastle United side, I thought. Phil Foden was given the Man of the Match award, and I couldn't understand that. I saw Gary Lineker do a tweet to say he thought he was extraordinary in midfield, and he certainly did look very, very good. Rodri's the player, though, that really impressed me in the game. That's not to say others didn't, but I thought Rodri was excellent. He's amazing at keeping possession, yet with both feet still able to keep the ball alive and moving. Just a phenomenal player, but it's such a joy to watch this Pep Guardiola team. Thanks very much to motoringoffencelawyers.com and to M&M, the mirrors and art company, who are sponsoring me as well this season, and of course to Timson, and to you for watching, sharing and all the other stuff that you do, and nice things that you say, and people waving in the background, whatever it was. I appreciate it. Thanks very much. I'll be, of course, doing a podcast on Sunday evening. Rick Holden is the ex-player that I've already talked to, actually, who'll be on that, so make sure you give that a listen. And then, of course, next weekend it's Bramall Lane and Sheffield United. So have a great week, and remember this: it's great to be a Blue, isn't it?